It is my absolute privilege, nay, my great honor, to introduce you to something I had all but given up hope of ever seeing. It's so much nerd that it looped all the way around and also became cool. My name is Nathan Chamberlain, and this is the Walters Audio T805. I went anamorphic for this video. I had to. The magnificent and, these days, elusive sound of magnetic tape. We all want it, but even if we could afford a vintage Studer A80, we'd also need to feed it actual tape, along with continuous and expensive maintenance, not to mention how difficult it is to work with. We're talking about a 500 series hardware module that recreates the full magnetization, hysteresis, compression, and saturation that can only be achieved with magnetic tape. The T805 doesn't emulate tape, it actually does it, with a magnetic medium and without needing to replace the tape. It uses something that its inventor calls a tape element. But you know what? My moron explanation could never do this work of technological genius any justice. Let's hear about this T805 and everything from the man himself. Folks, I give you the creator of the T805 and the inventor of the tape element, Spencer Walters.
Hey guys, this is Spencer from Walters Audio. I'm very excited to be here on the Time Preservation Society to talk about the T805 and a little bit about how it works. The technology used in the T805 is our patent-pending full-spectrum magnetization. With this, we've created a new magnetic component called the tape element. It's made from a material similar to what's used in analog tape, and its construction is similar to a transformer, but transformers are typically designed for parameters that are the opposite of what's required for magnetic storage. With this, we can recreate virtually any tape machine by replacing the recording heads and moving tape with a tape element. The T805 recreates circuitry from a 1970s Swiss tape machine. I'm very honored and excited that Nathan will be one of the first to use it, and I'm excited to see how he puts it to the test.
How many tape emulation plugins do you have? I have dozens, each one promising to deliver the full sound of analog tape, none of them actually achieving it. Sure, some of them sound good. They even have some of that distinctive saturation of tape. But they're all missing something. If you know, you know. It's just not there. The Walters Audio T805 was released in 2025, which was Jurassic Park Rebirth and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning ago. How does that look in the anamorphic? The entire module is housed in a zinc-plated steel enclosure, which shields its circuitry and tape element from electromagnetic interference. Each T805 unit has a gain knob which controls the magnetic field strength in the tape element, while simultaneously increasing the gain plus or minus 20 dB and compensating the output level so it always remains automatically level matched. It's auto gain. How positively splendid! The bias control sets the level of the bias field in the tape element. Raising the bias provides less color and lowering it provides more color, while the zero setting provides the nominal calibration for maximum sensitivity. Adjusting the bias knob changes the gain structure so you can compensate with the output level, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. The HF, or high frequency control, adds up to 8 decibels of gain at 20 kHz prior to the tape element. Setting this to 4 dB is the nominal setting when the bias is set for maximum sensitivity. The out control gives you 16 dB of gain after the tape element. You would use this knob to compensate plus or minus after the bias is fiddled with. The in switch engages the full T805 circuit and the tape element, and when in the off position, it's in true bypass. And at the top of the T805 is a 4 LED VU meter with markings for minus 12 dB and then 3 other stops all the way to plus 6 dB. It's incredibly straightforward. They're sturdy, well-built units. It measures... Oh, hold on a second. Let me just find my trusty old measuring tape here. Oh, there it is. You know, this measuring tape was in a collection owned by an agreeable fellow named William Riker. He was a commander on a spaceship whose continuing mission was to seek out new life and new civilizations. Apparently, they boldly went where no one had gone before. I have no idea where I got this. It measures the same as every 500 series module in the world. The actual measurements are inconsequential. So how does this actually sound in practice? Well, the droning analog synth music you've been hearing throughout this video is music I performed on the Poly D back there, and it's been processed through the T805. 2 of them, actually. This music. But let's go further. And now we're at my desk behind. So what I want to do right now is very quickly, as quick as I can, I just want to show you these T805s over here. You'll see on your screen right there. These T805s are here. 2 of them in stereo. I got them going through my DAW, and we're just going to do a quick little test and show you just what it can do. All right, so let's go to the other camera. All right, now we're at the other mic too. I'm on an SM7B this time. All right, so let's listen to a little jam I did. It's in digital, so I've got 2 buses. I've got a digital bus and a tape bus, and that's because I recorded everything digitally, and then I ran it through 1 or 2 T805s, and the result is that I have a second version of every track that's been run through tape at a -1 bias. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to show you just the little 60s song I did, and you can get a feel for it. So this is the digital bus, this is the tape bus, digital, tape. So that's digital, right? That's what it sounds like when it's digital. That's a drum loop, by the way, just a stereo drum loop, a Clyde drum loop, old great drummer. Anyway, so let's switch back and forth from digital to tape. That's digital. That's tape. So there you go. That's what it sounded like when I ran it through the T805s. Now let's try just soloing digital drums. We'll just get out of there. I'm going to go directly to the drum track. So you can hear it best with drums, right? So here's the digital drums. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to turn on pipeline, and everything's set to nominal. Right down the center, as you can see. So let's hear what that sounds like now. And I will just play around with it just quickly because this video is going to be really long. let's try crushing it a bit so we can hear that tape saturation in nominal. So that's early 70s, I think, late 60s, early 70s, something. I might be wrong, but I think that's the decade. So let's just crush it a bit and see what that sounds like. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's just that tape, that tape sound. I don't know. So we haven't tried the high frequency yet. I'll do that, and then we'll move on. So there you go. Just quick and dirty to show you what it should sound like when you're playing around. Now, you need to spend time because every single small movement could mean a lot on the knobs, on the dials there. You need to make sure that you play with it. You just got to find the sound you like, and you end up getting to know it. I've gotten to know this over the last week, so I've been noticing just the amazing things you can get out of this. You can giver or you can go real gentle, but it is definitely a color. Now, because of YouTube and the compression, there is a possibility that you cannot hear the massive differences that I can hear. And if that's the case, I will show you what I've done. So what I've done is there's this little site called ABmyMix. It's amazing. It's fantastic. It's a great idea. And you can load different versions of the same song or what samples or whatever. And it'll load them all. And then as you play, you can click between them and see which ones are which, or you can, blindly do it or whatever. And if you turn off, you can toggle blind test mode, you can do that. Anyway, what I've done here is I've recorded some I Mother Earth acoustic, When Did You Come Back from Mars? That's one of my favorite songs. And I just kind of did a rendition of that. And I used two SE Electronics SE8 microphones and recorded an acoustic guitar in stereo. And this will give you an idea of what it sounds like. That's digital. So you can play with it. Now, you may still think, man, I can't hear much of a difference there. And that's okay, because if you go into the description below, I'm going to have a link that takes you here that you can listen yourself. These are WAV files. Now, I have uploaded some different versions. I did a Zeppelin drum one on this ABmyX. I've done the 60s song. Sometimes it disappears. So, I don't know. What I'm going to also do is I'm going to have a folder for you, and you can download them to your own DAW, every one of these acoustic files, the drum files, whatever. And you'll be able to, the 60s song thing that I recorded, and you'll be able to bring them into your own DAW, and and you'll be able to hear the difference. So that way you can really hear the real files without there being any compression. So, so there you go. There's a quick and dirty. Hopefully that wasn't too long and that worked out okay for you. I have more in store. So This is a very noisy chair. It suddenly became noisy. Anyone know how to fix it? I don't. Anyway, let's go back to the video. And don't forget, down below, you can get those links. All right, back to the video. That's incredible. To anyone out there with good ears and an affinity for older music that was recorded on tape, you know exactly what I mean. If it was me watching this video right now, I'd be putting 2 of them in my shopping cart immediately with wide eyes and mouth agape. I would just do it. If there were any in stock right now. Maybe there is, I don't know. If you're watching this in the future, there might be, but I doubt it. Anyway, it wouldn't be a TPS video if I didn't write and record a song about this gear and using this gear. So I did just that. The following song is a mix of 80s and 70s styles together. It was processed through the T805 at nominal settings, and I tried to keep some of the natural tape hiss just a little bit for nostalgia purposes. I also mastered it using the T805 at plus 1.5 bias. To get the full effect of this song, I strongly recommend that you use headphones. I implore you to use headphones, actually, if you can. This is called The Time When Tape Was King. Roll it. Time is a funny thing. I've suffered from nostalgia for too long, never finding the sonic path to escape. I long for those better days, those sunny ways, those better days. Time when tape was You can experience that song anywhere you stream your music right now if you want. Or you can support me directly by purchasing and downloading the lossless full-quality song on my Bandcamp. Links in the description below. I recorded that digitally, but man, does that ever sound like I recorded it on tape. I know. So how much do these cost, and how do you get 2 of them right now? That's what you're asking. Each Walters Audio T805 module, a mono, one side, is $850 USD. So that's only $1,700 for a stereo actual tape machine that requires no maintenance nor the constant purchasing of magnetic tape, if you can find it. That is an insane deal. Just think about this for a minute. An actual Studer A80 or 800 or something like that is probably worth $10,000 in working order or more. That doesn't include regular maintenance and calibration and the actual tape. So yeah, it's a great deal. You're getting that magnetic sound without having to deal with all that stuff. And just very small, sits in your little rack there. Dial in the decade you want, and that's it. So, how to get them? You can grab your very own T805 or 2 or 8 by going to waltersaudio.com or by following the link in the description below. They are stock dependent, as I said before, because, well, they're handmade in California. So if there are none in stock right now, get yourself on the mailing list on their website. No money required, just put your foot in the door. So some answers to questions you might have that I thought you might want to ask me so I can get that out of the way. Does it produce wow and flutter? No. But those are easy to create with plugins like the free Air Windows Flutter 2. It's time-based, right? So those plugins are free, and you can just stick it on, and you can add that if you want to. Another question might be, is it only available in 500 series format? For now, 500 series is the only way to fire these up, but there are plans for a 19-inch rack unit in the future. But you can purchase a 2-space 500 series rack from DIYRE, fully assembled with rack ears and power supply for $315, I think, or the Midas 6-spacer for $200, or even a Radial 3-spacer for $399. The Fredenstein 6-spacers come highly recommended, and they go for around $360. I mean, you can get them pretty cheap now, and they're all over the place. If you just want a 2-spacer to put 2 of these in, they're pretty cheap. So altogether, it's $2,000, and you've got, the whole kit and caboodle, and you can now record to tape. So it's really cool. It's really awesome. I've been waiting my whole life for this. I came from the tape world. I began working in a large recording studio around 1991. Back then, we had this huge Studer 2-inch reel-to-reel machine, and it was my job to regularly clean and degauze the tape heads. That machine needed constant maintenance. There was always a dude in there recalibrating it and fixing it and stuff like that. When the recording world went digital, every audio engineer in the world likely breathed a collective sigh of relief. I mean, I did too. It was just like, really? I can just cut? I mean, it was a lot of work to record on tape. So much could go wrong, and some edits required physically splicing the tape and then taping the splices together. It got messy and unpredictable. And all we shot for back then was clean recording with minimal coloration. That was the goal, believe it or not. But with digital, we could do anything. And it was the cleanest audio we'd ever heard. And it still is. And that's the problem we never knew we'd have. We never realized that tape was its own instrument that added itself to the music. Its nonlinearities, artifacts, compression, saturation, and indeed its dirty sound made what records sounded like. And we soon desperately missed that. It's like removing the bass line from a song. It's something's missing, it's not there, it's not full, the backbone's gone, it's just not a song. I don't know. That's the way I mean. Younger people may just be used to the digital music, and this may not be a thing for you. But us old fogies, it's just never been the same since the 2000s. So after the switch to digital, it didn't take long before the audio companies pumped out as much analog gear and tape emulating plugins as they could. And audio recording enthusiasts like me bought them all. Because we all want the sound of tape. We all want it. But we don't want to actually record with it. And if you've never recorded with tape, you don't want to. I mean, not if you want to get work done, like you're used to. We want the sound, but not the insane amount of work and cost. The thick gooiness of magnetic recording, but with the ease, control, and familiarity of digital. Now, for the first time in history, as I keep saying, we can have both. And that's why I said I believe the Walters Audio T805 will change the recording world. Their patent-pending tape element will change the way we process our recordings. I think we'll see some big names in audio equipment manufacturing license the tape element technology and build it into their future devices. That's what I say. Hell, we might even see a few popular modern songs remastered in the future. Remastered on tape. Like, remember, I don't know if you remember, if you're too young, you might not. It was the craze, this analog recording now digitally remastered. So it might go backwards now and do the other way. And you're going to hear songs that have been remastered and reprocessed through the tape element or something like that. Maybe that'll happen. I think that would be cool if that happened. So, go forth and tell everyone you know that this is now a reality. It is here. And I'm bringing it to you. And for the record, I have no financial stake in Walters Audio. None. I am not paid to say any of this, nor do I get any kickbacks or commissions. Nothing. I'm just naturally excited about this. And from now on, every piece of music that is produced out of my studio, Gravelly Bay Recording Company, will be processed through the T805s. Oh, right. My fart rating. Well, that rating goes without saying. Oh, and by the way, I've been talking to you using the Sennheiser 416 right up here, which was designed in the 70s, and I've processed it through the T805 with the bias set to emulate around the 70s. That's, if you're wondering why I sound a bit lo-fi, that's why. I think that's wicked. So this is the sound of the 70s and 80s dialogue recording, and why the 416 was built to have such a presence bump. That's why, because it was destined to go onto tape, which naturally compressed the highs. So that's why I wanted to experiment with the 416 on this one. Anyway, I've never recommended an audio product more on this channel. Honestly, it's just truly it. This is the real deal. Not to say any of the products that I have on my channel are bad. I usually review my favorite good ones. That's usually what I do. And I recommend all of them if I do. But I'm very excited about this because it's a new technology. It's a new old technology. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you can afford it, get it. Get it. You have my suggestion and my bow. Well, that'll just about do it for all of me here at the Time Preservation Society. I'm just some guy. Bye now. In transmission. Oh yes, I can't do the thing. I can't change focus because I'm using a manual lens. Maybe I can. Nope, I can't. I haven't set that up. I should have. Watch these other videos and buy that tape unit. Let me know if you liked Anamorphic. All right.